Hello, this is Pearl, and today I'm going to read Little Pilgrim's Progress, Chapter 42, Unbelief. After the Shining One had left them, the little pilgrims went steadily on their way, and for 2 or 3 days they met with neither friends nor enemies. They were now crossing a very wide plain, which lay between the Delectable Mountains and a beautiful country with low hills and long valleys. This was marked upon their map as the Land of Delight. Part of the plain was called the Enchanted Ground, and Hopeful reminded Christian that the shepherds had warned them not to fall asleep there. "I had not forgotten," said Christian, "but I am glad you remembered too. We must be careful now, for after all this long journey it would be dreadful if we were carried away like that poor little pilgrim whom we saw the other day." "We will not listen to any more flatterers," said Hopeful. "Is there not a man upon the road before us now?" "Yes," replied Christian, "and his face is turned away from the celestial city. He must be coming to meet us." "I don't think he is one of the shining ones," said Hopeful, as the man drew nearer. "No, he has pilgrim's dress, but he is walking the wrong way." The man, whose name was Unbelief, stopped when he met the children and asked them where they were going. He had a pleasant face, and his voice was gentle, but the boys knew that they must not trust his words. "We are going to the celestial city, the city of the king," said Christian in answer to his question. Unbelief laughed. "You poor little fellows," said he. "Have you really traveled all this long way without finding out the truth?" "What truth?" asked Hopeful. "It is such a tiresome journey," continued Unbelief, "and if you ever get to the end of it, you will only be disappointed." "Why?" Then Unbelief pretended to look sad. "There is no king," he said, "and no celestial city." "Oh, but there is!" exclaimed Christian. "We have heard about it from the king's own servants." Unbelief put his hand upon the boy's shoulder and tried to turn him around. "My dear child, you are quite young, and I am growing old. Listen to what I have to say. Long, long ago I heard the very same story that was told to you. I left my home and came to look for the king's city." "Well," said Christian, "you will find it soon, will you not?" "No," replied Unbelief. "I have been much farther than you have. I have spent 20 years as a pilgrim, and I can find no city at all." Then Christian turned to Hopeful with a very sorrowful face. "Oh, do you think he is speaking the truth?" "No," said Hopeful, "I am sure he is not. Do not listen to him. You know we saw the city from the Delectable Mountains. Let us make haste, or the Shining One will have to punish us again." Unbelief stood by, watching the 2 boys. "Come back with me," he said, "and I will take you safely to your own homes again." But Christian answered him bravely. "You are trying to deceive us, but we do not believe what you say. We are quite sure that the king's word is true, and that there is a celestial city. We saw its gates when we were with the shepherds." Unbelief shook his head. "You are mistaken, but you can go and look for it. I am going back to my own country." "And we are going to the king's," replied Christian. So they went on again, and Unbelief laughed at them as he turned away.